Call to order the regular board meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Texas Southmost College District. Trustees present, Ms. Delia Saenz, Dr. Norma Lopez Harris, Dr. Zavaleta, Ms. Aldrete is on her way, Mr. Edward Camarillo, Mr. Edgar Garcia, myself, and also present our president, Dr. Jesus Roberto Rodriguez. And I'll call on Dr. Zavaleta for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Public comment? Nobody wants to talk to us. My report, Chairwoman's report. We had a great time. For those of you that showed up Saturday, what a treat it was. I am still looking at the post, and one thing that I found out, which was great, is that this Conjunto Fest, we wanted the community to come and enjoy the music, and some did. But the beneficiaries of this were the kids. What an amazing competition they had. It was awesome. I got a lot of calls from the parents. I went and addressed the parents when they were playing. And one thing I said, because I lived it with my kids, is the same parents that show up to every meeting. And this is no different. And the reason why the kids are so good is because they've had that support from the parent. I say, so don't underestimate, parenting is very, very important. Well, that night and the following day, I had like 30 of the parents friend me on Facebook and talking about they're just looking forward to next year. So needless to say, we have to do it next year. But I think we're going to have to change that and be student-focused because I think that was the highlight of this Conjunto Festival. Everything went so, so well. When I got done at 12 o'clock at night, because I was here all day, I didn't think I could get in my truck. I was so tired. You know, the adrenaline's going all day long, and so I was running on adrenaline. And I get on the truck and say, I can't drive home. Somebody take me home. It's stiff, tired. I mean, it's so tired. But I was so, so happy. And I think most of the trustees came. And what was your input, Mr. Camarillo?
Well, Madam Chair, first, you're exactly correct. I think seeing the kids, get their awards, I think was amazing in itself. Had a chance to speak to a family that was sitting under a tree by the Resaca, and they're saying that just how amazing is this feeling to have the Resaca in the back, and then seeing the South Lawn in the front with the stage. It was a feeling like no other to them, and it was great that they were there to witness it and be part of it. So I love hearing that, and of course, it was a great job by everybody, and just shout out to the team that helped to do all these logistics, because any event, does take a team. But to do all of those little tasks, the staff, the administration, President Rodriguez, you guys just went. You all thought about it all. You all got it done, and especially physical plant. Those guys, again, they're just like workhorses. They're just working so hard. So loved it. It was an amazing night.
Thank you. We had kids from Colorado come and compete. We had kids from San Antonio come and compete. So it was pretty amazing to see, because actually the people from Colorado drove. And I can only imagine the anticipation to get here. And then we get to this campus, and it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, kudos to all of you that worked so hard to put it together. Dr. Garcia, I cannot thank you enough. It was a lot of work, but it showed that we had done a good job. Mr. Edgar?
Yeah, I think it was a great opportunity to see such an amazing talent being showcased but also such an amazing opportunity for the community to come together, right? We have these events locally like Sombrero Fest, and it had that feeling where the community comes together. It really helps embrace our culture, and it was really nice. And again, kudos to the staff and everybody who put this together, because it's easy to admire how beautiful this campus is, but it's very difficult to maintain it, and they do such a great job. So
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you to Dr. Stella, to the stage guys back there. I mean, what we put on is rival to Sombrero Festival and better.
There you go.
So we are looking forward to next year. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, TSC was showcased at its best that night. Thank you.
And I remember, Sombrero Fest has been doing it for years. This was our first one. So I was really, really happy with the outcome.
Yes, again, I mean, I'm going to say the same thing everybody's saying. It was an amazing, amazing event. Thank you so much, Dr. Garcia, and everybody who was involved in making this event a success. It was so awesome.
And I'm sorry you couldn't attend, Dr. Zabaleta, but it was cool, and I was glad you were not here. I wish we were streaming it. You know, I think the fireworks were amazing. People called me on that, but also one thing that I thought about is, because I saw many of our employees be here and take pride and, you know, and participate and help. And if we needed anything, they were there. Mr. Mascorro was there. Renee was there. Everybody was here. And it was nice to know that if you needed something, somebody was there, you know, and there were extra eyes out there. So it was really, really amazing. The fireworks were awesome. The people are still talking about it. But we were thinking, I think Mr. Aldrete brought this up, because the fireworks kept going and going. And he says, if Mr. Herrera had been here, was 1 minute, 1,000, 2 minutes, 2,000. You know? But it was really, really amazing. Thank you all that participated. And one thing that I want to say, that these events that we put on, that we need to convey to the employees that this is for you too, because this is for the whole family. And it brings me great joy when I see you all on the other side enjoying it and having a good time. So thank you again.
Madam Chair, can I just one last thing? Sunny Salceda. You know, I don't think there wasn't one person that he didn't come across or have a real good conversation with at the tent or by the stage wherever he was. But I just want to say, and you know him now, you met him, and everything he did, I thought was amazing what he did for you. It was very beautiful and touching. What an amazing man. This guy has a huge, huge heart. He went out of his way to make presence here on this campus, and I just can't say enough about this gentleman and his family. He blessed us in a lot of ways, and so just want to shout out, because I thought he was just an amazing man.
I agree.
You know, he's my friend, and I see him with different eyes, right? But I met him, and 20 minutes later, we were best friends. Isn't that the truth? But he brings something, is that humble being. He's so humble, and his music is amazing. When he sang with Salgado, I hadn't really paid attention to his voice. It's so different, and I mean, he has a presence on stage. Yeah, what he did for me was amazing. But I don't cry in public, right? But I was this close. It was very, very beautiful. Yeah. On another subject, because we can talk about this all night long, it was that extraordinary. We finally got a proclamation from the city.
Yay!
It just took 100 years. Isn't that something? I mean, we're doing so wonderful. And TSC is here and has been here for 100 years. I've only been here for 50. And I think the world of my college, right? And when somebody said, we're going to have a proclamation, I said, is it real? And then it wasn't, because it was going to be on the 6th, and then nobody called us, and we said, it wasn't, just kidding, right? And then, but we actually, we just got it. Tino thought it was important to bring one to the campus because we had been neglected for so long, and I appreciated that, you know, him and Mayor coming to the campus. I appreciated that. But The one at City Hall was very, very nice, and of course, there's screens and everybody's watching the City Hall meeting, and so we were there. And I'm very thankful, because I think we're forming this partnership with the city, and it's been slow in coming, but I think at this point, we're in a very good position. They know and they appreciate what we're doing, and they need TSC, because we're gonna train all the workforce. All the companies that they get going mean nothing if they don't have the workforce for it. So I think we're in a very good position. I'm very proud of what we're doing. And it just showcases and showcases, so. Ms. Aleta, I didn't give you a chance to, because you were not here. Everybody got to speak about the festival, and I'm gonna go back and tell us your take on the festival.
It was wonderful. The festival was wonderful. The children's smiles were wonderful. I got a text message from the mother of one of the winners, saying, Miss Aldrete, thank you. It was a wonderful event. It was a long event, but wonderful. And, just bringing the community together and making sure that, we're well represented here in our valley. And thank you for everyone, the TSC Foundation, for bringing this together and making it happen for our community. It was wonderful. I hope it happens next year.
Yeah, we too.
I think
And
people are looking forward to it, because if you
Yes.
see comments on Facebook, they're like, we're hoping it happens again next year. So I know it's a centennial thing, but maybe.
And we're being modest. We had Grammy Award winners. I mean, Michael Salgado's won, Sunny Saucedo won, Trudy, Gilberto Perez, they were all Grammy Award winners. And we just had them at home.
And we brought the next generation of Grammy Award winners to
Yes.
play here at TSC.
Yeah.
Yay.
Am I done? Yeah, I think I spoke more than I should have. So anyway, I'm going to end it on a good note. It was good. The proclamation was really, really good. Mr. Tino Villarreal went out of his way to make us feel comfortable. The mayor did too. And of course, the whole commission is behind us, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Next. Mr. President. Se me había olvidado.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, trustees. As we open the new year of 2026, there has never been a better time to be a Scorpion, and that just resonated with the comments here by the trustees. As Madam Chair noted, this month we launch our year-long 100th anniversary celebration with the Conjunto Festival, and the music was just perfect. It was the right genre to launch our centennial celebration, because at the same time that Texas Southmost College became the first institution of higher education to be established in the entire Rio Grande Valley, the Conjunto music was developing rapidly right here across South Texas, with the early recordings dating back to the 1930s. So you can say we kind of grew up together. Now, the event had many segments of our community to the campus. We had students and their families, music teachers, local performers, music lovers of all ages, especially the dedicated Conjunto lovers. And that's that genre of new folks coming up. So once again, thank you to all the trustees and the foundation board members, our staff, our volunteers, and all the community members who came out to celebrate and support Texas Southmost College. Now, since we last met here in the boardroom, we celebrated the holiday season together. Among the many holiday events were the very popular TSC tree lighting ceremony, the annual Brownsville Christmas Parade, and the holiday employee luncheon. I want to thank all the trustees who participated in these traditions, as well as the many faculty and staff who worked hard to make the season just a little bit more magical for all of us. Thank you especially to the Student Services Division, Human Resources, Events Department, Facilities for their dedications behind the scenes work. We also celebrated our 2025 graduates at fall commencement in December. Dr. Gilbert Flores Jr. served as our commencement speaker. He is a proud TSC alum with an inspiring story. He shared how TSC helped him pursue his dream of becoming a physician when he really needed a second chance. Thank you all to our trustees that were there to congratulate our graduates. And once again, thank you to the faculty and staff who made it a memorable day for our newest alumni. Now, we also celebrated another class of cadets from the Criminal Justice Institute last month. Of the 31 graduates who took the T-Code Basic Peace Officer Certification Test, All 31 passed, 100%.
And there was one that had me praying for him.
It was wonderful. Now, in addition, for the first time ever, we had students taking the T-Code Basic Corrections Officer Test, and all 8 of those graduates have been hired locally. So that's another thank you. Yes, doing great. So,
Mr. Abrego does such a wonderful job. I really think that he's a great leader because he's transformed that program.
yes. So I want to thank Chair Garza and Trustee Camarillo for participating in the ceremony. Now, we're also helping prepare future generations of law enforcement officers. On January 9th, we hosted the Texas Public Safety Association Region 5 competition at ITEC. Approximately 200 school students from across the region competed in 30 events, including the Skills Essential Law Enforcement, Fire Services, Forensic Science, Legal Studies, and Correctional Services. Thank you to our WTCE team for helping to make this a successful event for our regional high school students. Fast forward to the beginning of the spring semester, we held our annual spring convocation on January 12th. It is always a high point to gather with all of our full-time employees and share updates happening across the college. During the event, we unveiled our official 100th anniversary poster, which was designed by our very own TSC art faculty. So thank you to Chair Garza, Vice Chair Saenz, Secretary Lopez Harris, and Trustee Camarillo for participating in convocation. We had the opportunity to catch up with our state representatives at the Harlingen State of the State event earlier this month. Senator Adam Hinojosa, Representative Janie Lopez, and Representative Hernan Gomez provided an update on the outcomes of 2025 legislative session and what they hope to tackle in the next legislative session. Attending events such as these are important ways to stay connected to our elected officials and community leaders across the Rio Grande Valley. So thank you to Trustee Camarillo for joining our staff to represent Texas Southmost College at the event. Now, at this time, I would like to take a moment to share recognitions earned by 2 of our colleagues. First, Dr. Stella Garcia was appointed to the RGV LEAD Board of Directors. The organization's name, LEAD, stands for Linking Economic and Academic Development, and its mission is to ensure that the youth have the skills and credentials needed to thrive in the 21st century. Dr. Garcia brings valuable experience to the board, and we know she will represent TSC well.
Yes,
Yeah.
because she doesn't have enough to do.
One more thing.
Well, she's good. No, everything's lining up well. She's overseeing the workforce development as well, and I think it's the right fit, so thank you. Now, second, Marta Casquete, who is a longtime TSC physics instructor and department chair, has been nationally recognized by the 2-year college physics and astronomy community. She has been named an Optics Luminary. Optics is the acronym for Organization for Physics at 2-year colleges. The Luminary program recognizes individuals for their commitment to professional development and leadership in the community college physics community. We got some powerhouses here.
We're not only sexy, but our faculty and staff are becoming very sexy too.
No. And now it is time for this month's video highlighting the activities that occurred since we last met. Can you please start the video, sir? In closing, I want to thank the trustees for your continued support of the college and the communities that we serve, and we're looking forward to continue celebrating our centennial all year long. This concludes my report.
Thank you, sir. In case you all didn't know, that last frame, that's my kid. The one with the big check, that's my kid. Okay, let's continue. Se acabó la fiesta. Consideration and possible action on approval of the minutes of regular meeting November 20th, 2025.
I so move.
Second?
Motion by Ms. Adrete, second by Mr. Camarillo. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Finance report.
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Delia Science.
The Finance Committee met on Monday, January 12, 2026. Present were Chair Garza, Secretary Lopez Harris, President Rodriguez, myself, members of TSC Administration, and College Legal Counsel. The committee discussed the following items. 7A, monthly financial statement report for the month ended October 31st, 2025. I call on Carlos Pecero to present the item.
Thank you, Ms. Sines. Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez, we have the monthly financial statement for the month of October. The format of the report has activity on this left column with budget, actuals, and year-to-date numbers on these individual columns. I'll mostly concentrate my presentation on this October column here. So we have three fund types that we adopt a budget for. And I'll go over revenue on this slide for the general fund, which is 19 million. The following slide is where the expenditures category begin. We have two subtotals for salaries and wages and benefits on this slide, and those are 2.3 million and 1.3 million respectively. Following category is M&O, and there's a subtotal at the bottom of this slide of 1 million for that category. Still in general fund, we have travel and general institutional, and those respective subtotals are 10,000 and 208,000. And last slide for general fund, we have total expenditures for the month of October of 4.9 million. So that's revenue and expenditures for the general fund. For the auxiliary fund, which is the second of the three funds we're presenting, we have a slide for the revenue in the month of October, which is 78,000. Following slide is where the expenditures category begins. We have two subtotals here, 71,000 for salaries and wages and 16,000 for benefits. The following slide has the M&O category with a subtotal here on this slide of 39,000. And last slide for the auxiliary fund, and I'll note the total expenditures of 147,000. So that's revenue and expenditures for the auxiliary fund. And the last of the three funds we'll be presenting, which is the general obligation and revenue bond funds, 1.8 million in revenue, and we don't have any expenditures this month to report. So that's revenue and expenditures for all three fund types. If there's any questions, I'd like to answer those at this time, if I may.
No questions? This is for informational purposes only and does not require board action. Next item. 7B, first quarter investment report for fiscal year 2026. Mr. Pecero?
Thank you, Ms. Sines. Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez, I have for you a first quarter investment report for fiscal year 2026. This report itself, the data that we include in the report, the format of the report, the preparer of the report, all of these are items that we put in place to ensure that we comply with the Public Funds Investment Act. And that act requires that once a quarter we present investment results to the board. So this report, with the help of this summary table that we put here up at the top, gives a reader a recap of the funds that we have invested, which is 123 million, and the revenue in interest that was generated for that quarter, which is 934,000. So the remainder of the report has detail with regard to what investment product we're utilizing, what bank it's at, what the balance is, the interest that it generated, all of that information, all required by the act and all put together in that fashion. If there's any questions, I'd like to try and answer those at this time.
This is for informational purposes only and does not require board action. 7C, grants awarded to Texas Southmost College for the month of October. I call on Dr. Stella Garcia.
Thank you, Vice Chair Science, Chair Garza, members of the board, President Rodriguez. Be very brief. 2 grants to report on this evening. The first is the Perkins Leadership. It's a competitive award. We applied. This is with the workforce training with Dr. Fuentes and is helping our students with tutoring as well as prerequisites for the jailer and cadets. So those $700 background checks, it helps to offset that cost. And then on the Summerlee Foundation, the $17,500, that is for our Fort Brown Heritage Walking Tour. So we're going to purchase signage for each of the historical buildings. So the signs that we purchase will be offset with the expense with this particular grant. I'm happy to answer any questions.
No questions? This is for informational purposes only and does not require board action. And this concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Science. Academic Committee, Dr. Tony Zabaleta.
Yes. On Tuesday, January 13th, the Academic Subcommittee met. Present were Chair Garza, Trustee Albrete, President Rodriguez, myself, and members of the administration and legal counsel. We took up 3 items. The first is 8A, consideration and possible action on approval of purchase of 2 switch electric vehicles lab kits for the automotive technology program. Go right ahead, Oscar.
Thank you, Dr. Zabaleta. Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez, good afternoon. Before you, for your hopefully approval, we have a recommendation pending a JED grant approval, a JED grant that we just submitted in January for 2 cars that you have an image of them. They're basically, these cars are, you can put them together and take them apart, and that's where our students will be practicing on working on hybrid cars. These are electrical cars. So this particular model comes in with all the curriculum that's necessary for our faculty. So our faculty will be trained as well on how to work this hybrid cars. And of course, this is coming to you now. So hopefully, once we get the grant, we can move forward on the purchase of this.
Okay. Any questions?
I need a motion.
All right, let's go to item B.
No, sir. I need a motion.
Excuse me? Let's do the motion. Okay, let's do the motion. Consideration and possible action on approval of the purchase of the 2 switch electric vehicle lab kits for the automotive technology program. Thank you, Ms. O'Neill.
Oh, you need the motion, Dr.
I
Zabaleta.
second it.
Oh,
He read the motion. I move to approve.
a motion to approve the purchase of 2 switch electric vehicles lab kits from Toolkit Technologies, Inc., Switch Vehicles, Inc., through exempt purchasing method and contingent on grant funds in the amount of $4,284 and authorize President Rodriguez to execute the contract.
I second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Madam Chair?
Yes.
One question. Will these kids help our students also be able to repair electric vehicles or any of that, service them?
That is correct, sir.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Item 8B, consideration and possible action on approval of classroom furniture purchase for the business, engineering, architecture, and technology in the academic division at ITech.
Dr. Zabaleta, thank you so much. Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez, with your permission, I'd like to bring in Dr. Miller to present this item.
Yeah.
This request, good evening, is to basically replace a lot of the desks and chairs that are in a lot of our classrooms at iTech. HVAC, auto body, automotive, they're in really need of replacement. So this is what the request is for.
Okay. I move to approve furniture purchase for iTech classrooms directly from the manufacturer Kruger International through Omnia Partners contract in the amount of $518,743 and authorize President Rodriguez to execute the purchase order contract as presented.
A motion by Dr. Zavaleta,
I second.
second by Ms. Aldrete. What came to mind? What came to y'all's mind? Ruben Herrera. But are they sitting on the floor? No, then they don't need to be replaced. Thank you. It's amazing to see what y'all are proposing because it looks so, the lines are so clean and pretty. And once we updated the old desk, that the other ones start looking all right. So anyway, thank you very much. I have a motion, a second. Any discussion?
Madam Chair, one question. Dr. Miller, how many classrooms? I mean, if I count the images, I counted 13, but is that 13 classrooms? I think so public should know 13 classrooms are going to receive new. Awesome. Very good. Thank you so much.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Against? Motion carries.
Item 8C, consideration and possible action on approval to purchase an Associate of Applied Science in Welding degree.
To pursue.
Thank you, Dr. Zavaleta. Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez, we're bringing this to you as a request to pursue the Associate of Applied Science in Welding. We received a couple of requests from our partners, our dual enrollment partners, that they're also submitting JED grants to buy equipment to offer an Associate of Applied Science at their sites. So in line with their requests, we're bringing this to you so that we could pursue in the next year an Associate of Applied Science. We currently have a Cert 1 and a Cert 2 in welding. This will complete our 3 levels.
Okay. Questions, comments? I move to approve the Associate of Applied Science in Welding and to seek coordinating board and SAC's approval to offer this program in January 2027.
I second.
Motion by Dr. Zavaleta, second by Ms. Aldrete. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
That concludes my presentation.
No,
No, you have 18. You have one more.
Is there another one? Okay, we're moving on. 8D,
8E.
consideration,
E.
C or 8D? Okay. Consideration and action, possible action on approval of clinical affiliation agreement between Texas Southmost College and the Fox Hollow Post-Acute.
Dr. Zavaleta, members of the board, President Rodriguez, with your permission, I would like to ask Dr. Guajardo to present this item.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair Garza, members of the board, President Rodriguez. This is affiliation agreement with the post-acute Fox Hollow, and this facility will provide training opportunities to our nursing program, both vocational and ADN program, to conduct their clinical studies or training.
Any questions?
I need a motion.
Okay. I move to approve the clinical affiliation agreement between Texas Southmost College and Fox Hollow Post-Acute and authorize President Rodriguez to execute the agreement as presented.
You have a motion by Dr. Zavaleta, second by Ms. Aldrete. Any discussion? That's in Brownsville, sir?
Yes.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
One
more.
Item number 8E, consideration and possible action on approval of a standard memorandum of understanding template for the Texas Workforce Commission Skills Development Fund.
Thank you, Dr. Zavaleta, Chair Garza, members of the board, Dr. Rodriguez. This item is a template MOU, It has been reviewed and approved by both college and board legal counsel. And with your permission, I'm going to ask Dr. Fuentes to give you a little more detail on what it means.
Good evening, Madam Chair, TSC Board Trustees, and Dr. Rodriguez. I'm here to present an MOU template that we would like to use for a skills development grant. A skills development grant is from the Texas Workforce Commission. We use these monies to train the employees and sometimes buy equipment. But as part of the grant application, we need to have an MOU with the company. And so we want to move quickly when we get these opportunities. So we put this template together so you can approve, and we will use the same template, just change the name of the industry, partner, and the signatory, and we can use the same MOU. Do you have any questions?
Any questions? No. Okay, there being no questions, I move to approve a standard memorandum of understanding template to be used for skills development fund grant submissions and authorize President Rodriguez to execute the MOU with industry partners as opportunities arise.
Second.
I have a motion by Dr. Zavaleta, second by Ms. Hines. All those, discussion?
Madam Chair, one question.
Yes.
If we do get the grant in the future, we mentioned possibly some supplies would be purchased. Do we get to use those for other training partners? Or it has to be specifically for the entity that gets approved for?
The consumables will be for those employees to either skill or upskill. If we buy equipment, of course, after the grant period is over, we would keep the equipment and we would be able to use it again.
Perfect. Thank you.
I remember we had a discussion about something we had done standard and it didn't quite work out. I don't remember, Frank.
We had a standard MOU that we worked on a couple of years ago. And when this came up, I was advised, I was given the MOU for this particular deal, and it is a good way to go. But yeah, we are moving towards standardizing some of the MOUs so they're not different and that they can be made streamlined, brought to the board.
I don't remember the issue we had, but we had an issue with a standardized. So I would like, if we're gonna use it, and if there is a possibility, I would like for the executive team to see it before you all send it out.
We do, Madam
okay.
Chair, may I? We do take a look at it. Mr. Peña and I do take a close look at it, and if there's any questions about, is this section applicable or not, we'll bring it to the committees and to the administration, because as lawyers, both of us, Mr. Peña and I, do deal a lot with forms and templates, and sometimes there are certain sections that are applicable, sometimes there are not, and we take a look at that very carefully. Your concerns are well-founded.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Zavaleta. Facilities Committee, Mr. Camarillo.
Yes, ma'am. The Facilities Committee met on Monday, January the 12th, 2026. Present were Chair Garza, Trustee Garcia, President Rodriguez, myself, members of the TSC administration, and College Legal Counsel. The committee discussed the following item, which is 9A, Facilities Update. I'll call in Mr. Carlos Pacero and Mr. Robles, Mr. Mascoro.
Thank you, Trustee Camarillo. Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez, with your permission, I'll have Mr. Robles present the item.
Thank you, Mr. Becerro, Mr. Camarillo, Madam Chair, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Rodriguez. Thank you for this opportunity to present this information. Well, with that, we will begin. First one is the thermal plant cooling tower installation. Milestones: 4 cooling towers are operational, with the 5th placed Monday. They're in the process of putting all the pipes together, electrical and everything. Hopefully, we will have that in place and operational by the 11th, correct? Yes. By the 11th of February. They did ask, Carrie asked for an extension because of some material that needed to be put in. They couldn't get it over the Christmas break, so once everybody went back to work basically on the 5th, 4th, they were able to get it, got it taken care of, put in, and welded in, got it inspected, and everything was okay, or approved to be, or approved by the welder inspector. That's a picture of the 4 new ones and the 5th one that was just removed and the new one, which is now in place. Next would be the hydraulic line replacement project. This is the underground piping system for the chillers. There you'll see the existing pipes that will be abandoned once the project is started and completed. RFP started advertisement December 20th. The committee was assembled to evaluate the RFP once we receive it back. Once that is completed, we will come back to, with a recommendation for the Board of Trustees for your approval. The restoration of hydraulic line leaks on campus grounds. These are the leaks that we had to come in, repair, and then backfill. These are the different leaks that we had, and it's hard to see the numbers and the dates when they occurred, but those are the ones that we've had. We've come back now. You'll see the holes that had to be dug so that we can make the repairs. Here you'll see that we've come back and we're now backfilled it and preparing it for pouring concrete. Here you'll see the end result of that area where we did come back. We restored it back to normal, and that fence, the yellow fencing you see in the background, has all been removed. And that walkway or paseo is now open because we did come back on the second leak in the area because there was another one in the same space, repaired it, came back, dug it up, backfilled it, and now you can see there's a complete walkway open for students to go between buildings. We completed that over the Christmas break. So today or yesterday when classes started, now students can walk to and from without having to go around to the other areas of the campus. We did go out also for the tennis court restoration, and that's we went out on December 20th as well. The committee will be assembled to review the response and then come back to the board so that we can get your approval. And this is the product that's going to be overlaid the tennis court. Those are not the colors, but that's just a sample of what it's going to look like. The colors we'll have in the college colors, and then pickleball. There'll be pickleball, 2 pickleball courts, 2 tennis courts, and a basketball court. And those colors will be basically whatever it is that those specific sports call for, whether it's green, blue, or whatever the case might be. We'll have also the TSC logos on the basketball court in the center, and then a couple of other logos at both ends of the court. I would have put a slide, but I didn't have the slides prepared, or they didn't have them, so I couldn't put it. Otherwise, I would have showed you. I just wanted to make you aware of that. Pipe fitting lab at iTech. Ceilings, fans installed and tested. The extraction system has been installed and tested. With the extraction system, they're going through again to re-verify that all smoke will be eliminated so that there's not an overhang of smoke that's there. That's the final process, and they've done it once. We're doing it probably another couple times just to ensure that when the students are practicing or doing their craft or learning, that we don't have smoke hovering around them or by them. It was completed on the 31st. Testing, though, continues. The cohort for that area will be a max of 20 students. And here again, you'll see some pictures of the different areas, different piping, the extraction arms that come down, where they're welding or grinding or wherever the case might be, and all that smoke will be eliminated. Here's just some other pictures of the area. Rehab of American Legion Forum, American Legion Terminal or long rental term. Area A, HVAC repairs completed. Area B, HVAC work has begun and continues. Rehab work of interior space to be completed by the facility staff. Some of the areas are the bathrooms, offices. We're going to go in and replace ceiling tiles, as well as get the floor, if there's tiles that need to be removed and replaced, then we'll come back and get the floor scrubbed and buffed so that it's a good area. All of that was done with A. Now we're going to be focusing on B. Here's just a picture of American Legion. PUB Water Tower. As many of you know, it has been demolished, and thanks to our wonderful IT, we'll see the Cookie Monster eating the tower, who's become a tower monster. So. That concludes my presentation. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Okay, I don't know about tennis courts. So these go underneath like the cement
It's on top of the cement.
for the tennis courts?
For all three courts. What it does is it restores, or it's an application that allows for a variety of sports to be played on it. I call it a plastic material, but it's not necessarily a plastic material. So when the ball bounces, it mimics as if it's playing on grass, clay, or the concrete
Wow,
surface.
this is new.
So, and then it does the same thing on the pickleball as well as the basketball.
Nice, nice.
So, Mr. Robles, just to confirm, it's 2 pickleball courts, 2 tennis courts, and a basketball court.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
That's where these things are gonna go.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool.
This item is for information only. No action is required. This concludes my report.
When you said we're gonna abandon the lines, that sounded so sad. Like, they're old, we don't need them anymore.
Well, with the problems they're causing us, it's good to abandon.
They're going to the nursing home?
Yeah, we're literally in the ground already, so we don't have to put them in.
Yeah. I was looking at the chillers and I dream about those things. I can only imagine what you guys do and feel, because it seems like we've been working at this
2 years, no?
for years.
Because it was, we approved it, and it was gonna take like a year for the chillers to come in.
That's right.
And then the setting of them.
So, and yeah, like como que ya acabamos, ¿no?
Todavía?
On the water towers, those are the ones on top. The chillers we have,
Dios mío.
that's the next major step. in
That
this.
stuff.
Those need to get connected.
Yes, yes.
Those are,
And we'll have a great HVAC system
I am
as a
so-
result of the investment.
I am so glad that you guys know what you're talking about, because we depend on you. And thank you for all you do, Ms. Mascoro. Thank you for your dedication.
Yeah, it's Mr. Mascoro's group that manages everything that occurs within that thermal plant as well as all the buildings, and they have their hands full. So they
Yeah.
do an excellent job.
Thank you so much.
But you all make it look really easy, so thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Camarillo. Student Services, Ms. Dr. Harris.
The Student Services Committee met on Monday, January 12, 2026. Present were Chair Garza, Trustee Garcia, President Rodriguez, myself, members of the TSC Administration and College Legal Counsel. The committee discussed the following items. 10A, consideration and possible action on approval of furniture purchase for the Oliveda Student Services Center. I'll call on Dr. David Plummer to present the item.
Dr. Lopez Harris, thank you. Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez. So what we want to do is if you walk into the Olivera building, those of you, and I know everybody's been walking through it, there's a big open lab. And in that big lab, what we've noticed is over the years is students have a lot more of their own devices, their own things, so they don't need as many computers there. So while we want to do the open lab, we think there's some potential to make it a little bit more of a welcoming space to students. What we want them to do is be able to come in, be comfortable, be able to do things before class, after class, in between classes, and have a nice space. In addition, you'll see there was 3 study rooms Plus, on the right-hand side, we're going to add 2 more study rooms that were offices. So now we'll increase from 3 study rooms to 5 study rooms. And then out in the foyer area, there's some really old furniture out there. So we're just going to replace a little bit of that furniture. So again, just have a nice space for students to kind of sit, come in, spend some time. Because the rest of the building really has kind of got square tables and chairs and some of the stuff that we use for the other ones. So this is going to be a little bit more of a comfortable space. And also, the furniture is very configurable. So you can move it around. Those little desks you can move around so they can bring it together, pull it apart. And so they'll have some space to kind of configure for, getting together as a group or sitting, a little bit more on their own. So again, just kind of a more welcoming space in that area for students to come in. And we want them to come in and enjoy a lot of the services that are going on in Olivera. So what we did is we worked with, Dr. Garcia brought in a furniture consultant. We used the same furniture consultant, the one, I think they did iTech. They did some other ones as well. So took the opportunity to walk through Olivera with that consultant, and they came up with some of the same kind of design, the furniture that students are liking this time right now, and kind of help design the space. And then on the second floor of the Olivera building, as you're going towards the conference rooms, as you go through the big area, take a left or on the right, there's a little conference room. Right now, there was an issue with some of the HVAC, but the facilities team is working on that as well. And in the meantime, what we want to do is order a nice conference table and chairs. Student services right now as a division has no conference room at all. So it'd be that, but also we'd like the Student Government Association, some ones to have like a little bit more formal place to meet and hold their meetings as well. In addition, as the building's being used for big events, obviously we can use that as well to support it if that's needed. So we did take the opportunity to order some conference furniture for that space. And the expenses will be coming from this budget for this fiscal year. So with if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer them at this time.
Is this the room that has the open windows to look out?
Yes, it has
and
open windows on one
treetops?
side. Yes.
That's an awesome space. I'm glad it's going to be used now. Yes.
Yeah.
I need a motion.
I move to approve furniture purchase for the Olivera Student Services Center directly from the manufacturer Kruger International through Omnia Partners contract in the amount of $118,203 and authorize President Rodriguez to execute the purchase order contract as presented.
I have a motion by Dr. Harris,
Second.
second by Mr. Garcia. Any discussion?
Okay, now, sorry, out of turn. So that is the room that has those picture windows?
Yeah, they're large windows.
Yes.
Like this size, and it kind of comes out, and you can see kind of the brick arch and then the treetops.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a great building, a great area. I'm glad it's going to be used.
Yeah, thanks. And again, I think Facilities is working on the air conditioning to make sure the air conditioning is in there. Because I think with the big windows, it gets kind of warm, but so soon it'll be a great space, I think, to use for multi-purpose.
That is in our mission statement to provide and welcoming spaces for our students. So we need to keep up with that. We're not going to complain about spending $118,000.
It's going to look beautiful.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
10B, consideration and possible action on approval for customer relationship management platform contract extension. And I'll call on Dr. David Plummer and Mr. Rene Villarreal to present the item.
Dr. Lopez-Harris, thank you. Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez, with your permission, I'll let Mr. Rene Villarreal, Associate Vice President, go over this presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Plummer. Thank you, Dr. Lopez-Harris. Good evening, Madam Chair, Board of Trustees, and President Rodriguez. Before you, I bring the opportunity for a contract extension for TargetX, which is a system we're using as our customer relationship management and student success planning software. The original contract was approved 5 years ago on April 22nd of '21. What we're looking for is a contract extension for the next 3 years. And basically what the software application is, it's the technology software that we use to communicate with our leads, our prospects, our admits, and our students, whether they're dual enrollment, currently enrolled, and/or are certainly become our students within their educational opportunity. The technology basically utilizes the opportunity to automate and synchronize with our ERP. The implementation of the original product has been completed. We are moving on to increase some of its additional functionality, which brings us to our proposal and the cost of it. Again, the product is for Target X. The original contract was RFP 21-05, and we're looking at the first year of $67,750, which includes a $10,000 software upgrade for some additional implementation of services, and therefore the second year would be $57,750, as well as the third year, for the total contract of $183,250. I'll entertain any questions if there are any.
I move to approve Customer Relationship Management Platform Contract Extension with Target X through RFP 21-05 in the total amount of $183,250 for 3 additional years.
I have a motion by Dr. Harris, second by Mr. Garcia. Any discussion?
Madam Chair?
Yes.
One question. Mr. Villarreal, how would you rate the system currently? So you had it for 5 years. Is this like, yeah, this is really, really good for us, top of the line?
I came in about 26 months ago to help with the implementation of the product. It has it had an initial slow start for implementation, but thanks to the additional support from IT and with our leadership team, we've been able to make very large strides in utilizing the product. We are now at a point where we're wanting to include the student success and retention capabilities that it provides. I honestly think that it is one of the top. At this point, I know that there are other software applications that are up and coming with AI features. I can't say that this particular vendor is staying behind. It's in their roadmap, and it's something that we'd like to entertain. However, the historical opportunity that we've already placed within the software application is tremendous. So I believe that this will help enhance our communication with students as we continue to move forward. We're dealing with a new generation. They're all tech savvy. We would drop students for non-payment and sent them a text message, and they were replying. And they were, some were happy, some were like, oh, I didn't know. But it was an instant reply. And so we're currently working on managing how we respond and the schedule. But I honestly think, to answer your question, we're on the right direction. And it's an opportunity for us to continue to grow and implement new technology.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I think the last thing we need is to start something new again, you know, because it takes time to learn anything. Yeah? You need a vote, right? Yes. We got carried away with the discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Madam Chair, this concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. Policies Committee, Ms. Aldrete, you have your hands full.
Más o menos. The Policies Committee met on Tuesday, January 13, 2026. Present were Chair Garza, Vice Chair Sines, President Rodriguez, myself, members of the TSC Administration, College Legal, and Board Counsel. The committee discussed the following items. 11A, consideration and possible action to approve the following TASB Update 50 local policies. I call on Mr. Frank Perez, Board Legal Counsel, to present the item BA College District Governance, BAA, College District Governance Board Legal Status, BBE, Board Members Authority, BD, Board Meetings, CDB, Accounting, Inventory, CL, Facilities Planning, CM, Facilities Construction, CRB, Technology Resources, Artificial Intelligence.
Thank you, Trustee Aldrete. Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Rodriguez, we have these 8 local policies for consideration and possible action. The first one, BA, College District Governance, we're going to delete that, or the recommendation is to delete that because the language from this policy is actually transferred to the next policy that we're going to consider, which is BAA. So that's a very simple transition of language. The BAA, College District Governance Board Legal Status, is a new policy, and basically the language from policy BA has been moved to this policy to accommodate the reorganization of policies related to college district governance. The next one is BBE, Board Members Authority. It's being revised. We've been through this a few times with this. The recommended revisions to this policy address House Bill 4310, which establishes a procedure for board members to access records maintained by the college while preserving the confidentiality of those records. Additional changes have been made for clarity, and you'll see some language regarding attorney-client privilege that more thoroughly attempts to protect the attorney-client privilege that exists for the college. The next policy is BD, Board Meetings. It's a revision. Recommended revisions to this policy incorporates House Bill 1522, which updates the meeting notice requirements under the Open Meetings Act to require that notice of meetings be posted 3 business days before the scheduled date of a meeting at notice to members, as opposed to the old policy, which was 72 hours, okay? The next one is CDB, Accounting Inventories. It's being revised. The revision updates the capitalization threshold from $5,000 to $10,000. That's the simple aspect of this particular revision. The next policy, local policy, CL, Facilities Planning. It's a new policy. This new policy addresses Senate Bill 8 from the second special session, which requires a community college to designate certain private spaces by sex consistent with the bill's provisions. Some people have historically referred to this as the bathroom bill. And of course, the current state of Texas law is that you are required to use the biological sex of the person. The next one is local CM, Facilities Construction, which is a revision. Recommended revisions address Senate Bill 1173, which increases the contract value threshold at which a community college is required to utilize a statutory competitive procurement method for construction contracts. It ups it from $50,000 in the old policy to $100,000 or above in the new revised proposal. And the final, number 8, is CRB, Technology Resources, Artificial Intelligence. It's a new policy. The new recommended local policy includes information related to AI, artificial intelligence, used by employees and students, including the parameters for use, compliance with privacy and data security laws, policies, and regulations, and prohibitions on use of AI tools to harm, bully, or harass others. That concludes my presentation. Thank you so much. Any questions, I'd be happy to either answer or to refer to some of your very, very competent staff who have helped me in the past.
I move to approve the following local policies: BA, BAA, BBE, BD, CDB, CL, CM, and CRB.
I have a motion by Ms. Aldrete. Second by Ms. Science. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
This concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Aldrete. The board will now convene in executive session as provided by Government Code, Chapter 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.0761. We're in executive session.
Yes.
executive session. Si me prende el micrófono, por favor. Yeah, you want to hit your finger. Back from executive session. Motion from executive session.
I move that the Board of Trustees authorize and approve the fiscal year 2025-2026 salary schedule as discussed in executive session.
I have a motion by Mr. Edgar Garcia,
Second.
second by Mr. Camarillo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. And now, the rest of the story. Where are we? Vale, me, we did all this. Announcement of next meeting dates. Regular board meeting, February the 19th. And regular board meeting, Thursday, March the 26th. When is spring break? The 16th through the 20th. Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Camarillo, second by Ms. Aldrete. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Stand adjourned.